Basic rules of IUPAC nomenclature. In this video, we are going to discuss some common rules which are used for all compounds, nomenclature of all compounds. But that rules may be varied from functional group to one functional group to another functional group. But the pattern, the overall pattern is fixed little bit here and there. That's why I have selected 8 common rules. By using these 8 common rules, we can provide IUPAC name to any organic compound if we know their names, if we know their names of functional group. Let us discuss one by one. Now, whenever a compound is given, your first duty is to select the longest chain of carbon having functional group or substituent. That chain of carbon may not be in straight line always. It may be zigzag or it may be in cross manner. So you should try here trial and error method to select the longest chain of carbon. You count personally by using different patterns and find out maximum number of carbons present in the selected chain. So this is very crucial job. If you miss it, your name will be wrong. So first rule is to select the longest chain. You can use pencil and find out the longest chain of carbon that may be straight line or may be branch or may be zigzag or anywhere. You have to just start from one terminal and go to the another terminal. Try different ways and find out maximum number of carbons present in the longest chain. So this is very crucial part of IUPAC nomenclature. After that, your next duty is to provide numbers to the selected chain. You can start numbering from left hand side or from right hand side. The only thing is that all substituents should get least possible number. Here the rule may change for certain functional group, because for example in aldehyde numbering is always started with carbonyl carbon. So I have written here the rule in a general form that may be applicable to most of the functional group, and for other functional group that may not be applicable. So please don't go that way that all these are the fixed rules. This is the guideline which will give you idea how to provide names to the organic compound. Now provide the numbers. While providing number, you find out all substituents getting least possible number. How can you do that? You can do by a number of ways. You can find out their locant numbers and add them together. The least summation is the best way of numbering. That means that will assure you that all substituents getting least possible number. So you can start numbering from this end or from that end. That doesn't matter. Only thing is all substituents should get least possible number. After that, find the name of parent alkane. That is very simple. Whatever chain you have selected, longest chain, you count just number, and from that number you can find out its parent alkane. For example, if 5 carbons are there, parent alkane is pentane. If 6 carbons there, parent alkane is hexane. After that, find the name of the substituent. You write down, you have to work out, you have to write all the name of the all substituents separately with their locant number. Locant number means at which carbon they are present. Along with their numbers, you have to write them separately. And for repeated numbers, there are certain groups which are substituents repeating. For that groups, you have to use prefix di for 2, tri for 3, tetra for 4, and so on. Please use that. Arrange all substituents in alphabetical order. You have to arrange all substituents in alphabetical order. To arrange them in alphabetical order, you have to use first letter, but you have to ignore di, tri, tetra, secondary, tertiary prefixes. These, if prefixes are there, you have to ignore them. Only iso. If iso prefix is there, you have to consider I for alphabetical order. Again, find the name of the functional group and use its suffix. So that for different functional group, we have to use different suffixes. So this is your duty to find functional group and use suffix. That we'll discuss in more detail whenever we'll discuss the IUPAC nomenclature of each and every category, each and every class of the organic compound. Now numbers are separated, very important, that we usually ignore. Numbers are separated by comma. If 2, 2, 3, this kind of, you have to put comma there. And number and letters are separated by hyphen. Suppose 2, 3, try. Now this letter is separated from this numbers by using this hyphen, that is the meaning. Now use following pattern, very simple pattern. Whatever substituents are there, you have arranged them in alphabetical order, prefix it. After that, find the name of parent alkane, write the name of parent alkane and use suffix for the functional group. So you should not keep there any gap. The number should be as a whole, single name should be given to the compound. So these are the basic rules which we can use for all classes of organic compound, more or less here and there, because we have to modify certain rules for certain functional groups. Here we will discuss one example by using the given basic rule, how we can provide IUPAC name. So irrespective of functional group, I have taken here the alkane. Now, as per the first rule, we have to select the long H chain. See here, you have to find long H chain having maximum carbon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So anyway, any carbon chain you can select either in straight line, or you can go zigzag, or you can go down. Only thing is, it must have maximum number of substituent. Maximum number of substituent, that is the only thing we have to consider. Now if I consider this straight chain, then it has all substituents. But if I select this one, again this is having the same number of substituents. If I select this one, it is also having same number of substituents. So you can select anyone. Only thing is, all substituents should be present on the selected carbon chain. Okay, one more thing I want to clear here. Any carbon, if you look here, that is either the member of selected chain or the member of the branch or substituent. The carbon cannot be a member of selected chain as well as substituent. Either this is a member of selected chain or the member of substituent. You can see here, this carbon is a member of substituent but not a member of selected chain, but not the member of side chain or substituent. So you should remember that. After that, you find out all substituents. If I go here, after that I have to provide numbers. If I start numbering from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So my all substituents getting, you can add them together. So 2 plus 2, because 2 substituents there. Third substituent is here. And at fourth carbon, there are 2 substituents. You add them together. This is the way you can find out the correct way of numbering. 2 plus 2, 4. 4 plus 3, 7. 7 plus 4, 11. And 11 plus 4, this is 15. So if you add their locant numbers together, that value comes 15. But if you start numbering from this end, that will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Then in that case, your number 3, 3, then this is 4 and 5, 5. So obviously this is more number. 3 plus 3, 6 plus 4, 10, 10 and 10, 20. So 20. So this is bigger number. So this is not correct way of numbering, but this is correct way of numbering. So you have to start numbering from this end. You can use this formula for most of the time. Or your first, or one more thing, in few books it is given that the first substituent should get least possible number from the end is the correct way of numbering. So if I start numbering from this way, our first substituent getting number 2. But if I start numbering from this end, our first substituent getting number 3. So this is the correct way of numbering. After that, find out the name of the substituent. You repeat them. So 2, there are 2 methyl, 1 more methyl, 2 methyl and 3 methyl. Similar groups I am writing together because I have to add them together. Then at fourth carbon there are ethyl group, 4 ethyl and 4 ethyl. Always repeat even their locant numbers. So when you add them together, you have to add them numbers their numbers 2, 2, 3, as numbers are separated by comma and number and letter is separated by hyphen. So I put there hyphen. Since there are 3 methyl group, I use prefix tri. So I use it prefix tri, and similarly here I use prefix di because there are 2 ethyl groups. Now if you arrange them in alphabetical order, this E will come first, and then yum, because you have to ignore their prefixes except iso. So E will come first irrespective of whatever number you are given here. That may be larger, that may be smaller. So E will come first. That's why I put this functional group to this substituent first. So 4,4 diethyl will come because E will come first. Then 2,2,3 trimethyl, and you know the name of the parent alkane is hexane. Here suffix is ane. So this is what? Hexane. 4,4 dimethyl. Don't put there any gap. So this should be a single name. So this is 4,4 diethyl 2,2,3 trimethyl hexane. So this is the name of this compound. In this way you can use our basic rules for the nomenclature of different organic compounds with little changes. Thank you.